How's it going, guys? It's Jayson here, and today's video is going to be on the Clive Barker's Tortured Souls Series 1 and 2 and Infernal Parade by McFarlane Toys. So stick around and let's get to it. So here we have Tortured Souls Series 1. There's 6 7-inch figures in this set, each coming with their own short story written by Clive Barker, which is pretty much a summary about the character. Number 1 is Agonists. It looks pretty cool. There's his face, just down the bottom there. Number 2 is the Scythemeister, with his large scythe behind him. Number 3 is Listique. She's the only female character. These figures look really awesome. A lot of them are similar to Clive Barker's Hellraiser Cenobites. Number 4 is Tallysack, who is suspended by hooks in his face on a structure that is, once set up, is all behind the figure just there. Number 5 is Vanel Anatomica. He has a clear cap that's bolted through his head with a large nail. It looks really cool too. So yeah, these figures look very, like their outfits are very similar to the Hellraiser Cenobites. And number 6 is Mongroid. Series 1 of the Tortured Souls came out with a package variation. So I wasn't sure which one came first, but I've got all 6 of the variation of the left figure. The only difference is that the background behind the figure is mainly plain white, whereas apart from this case, the blister being yellowed. In the background they got 2 black strips on the left and right, so that's the only difference in the packaging. The back's the same. I've only got 3 of the packaging variation on the right, so this is the same figure, Agonists, and his figure's also packaged slightly differently. So whereas he's got his contraption on his head, this variation is the contraption is packaged on its own, not attached to his head. Vanel Anatomica is also slightly different. The main difference is with his chains attached to his belt line. They're all attached in one central chain, whereas this variant has 2 chains in a triangular pattern, and that's the only difference. I have noticed, I'm not sure if it's only the 12-inch variant, but I believe I've seen one packaged with his helmet, his clear skin helmet, on his head already. But let us know in the comments if you've seen this variant as well. Here's the Scythemeister. From looking at the 2 figures with the variant packaging, the only difference I could really tell, I don't know how clear this will be, but this figure looks like all his chains are the same size. They're the large chain links, whereas with this packaging here, he's got a combination. So the large chains are up on the left-hand side, and then if you look at this, he's got smaller chains at the back. So that's the only variation, apart from his contraption just at his top right, just above his right, his left shoulder, is just packaged lower on this variant. They're the only 2 differences I could see between those variants. If you have any of the other figures from with this packaging, let me know if there's any differences for Mongroid, Tallysack, and Listique. Cheers. there was also a variant of Telesac. I'm not sure which one's more rare because they seem to be quite hard to find nowadays on eBay, as these came out in 2001. But this Telesac figure has has a clear womb where you can see the character inside, whereas there is a variant released where the womb is cloudy, so you can't actually see what's inside, but it's removable and you can take out that minifigure inside. So the following year, in 2002, McFarlane released 12-inch variants of the Tortured Souls Series 1 figures. There were 5 released in total, so it was everyone from Series 1 except for Mongroid. And there was also ultra rare limited edition ultra bloody variants of these figures, limited to 250 quantity. So and they were the Lestique figure here on the left is I believe this is the ultra bloody variant. You can tell from the excessive amount of blood spatter on the figure and also on her weapon. So these figures look awesome. The 12-inch, the detail is just as good as the 7-inch figures, but just on a larger scale, and comes with the same weapons. The extra blood spatter looks awesome as well. The figure. This, I believe, is the standard 12-inch figure of Telesac, and looks exactly the same as the 7-inch figure. So these are just awesome figures. I do want to get the other 3. I'll just show you the boxes quickly. So there's all 5 of the 12-inch figures, and then Series 2, which I'll show you after these figures. So there's no indication on the box that if it's the limited edition Ultra Bloody variant. I read that online. You can't tell by looking at the box. It's only the extra blood spatter that's hand painted on the figure. So yeah, Raptor got the Ultra Bloody variant of this figure. So Clive Barker's Tortured Souls Series 2, The Fallen, was released in 2002, and there's 6 figures in this set, and my understanding is that there was no variants made in for this series. All the packaging's the same, and I don't mind. It was a bit disappointing that these figures didn't come with a story. Like in Series 1, a short story written by Clive Barker. So these are just the figures, although the detail on the figures is still awesome. That's Suffering Bob. Zeltax. Looks awesome. Zane. So these are a bit less, they don't look as similar to the Hellraiser Cenobite series as Series 1, but they still look cool. They're still very gory. Extremely gory figures. Maury Bundy, Camille Noir, and Feverish. So here was the final series by Clive Barker from McFarlane Toys, and this was the Infernal Parade, Series 1. Unfortunately, we never got a Series 2. This was made in 2004, released in 2004, this series. And there's 6 figures in this set, starting with Dr. Fetter's Family of Freaks. So this came with some jars with dead, disfigured fetuses in it, and they're actually filled with liquid, and over time the liquid's evaporating in the figure, which is a bit disappointing but expected. Mary Slaughter, the Sabbaticus, and Bleb the Healer, which is a cool figure. So all these figures have carriages or carts that can be attached to each other, and which is really cool. So when you have the set, they all line up like a traveling carny circus vibe, which is really cool. Tom Requiem, and he's got the King of Showman and Clovio, yeah, it's a little dude. Bethany Bled, which I think is the most valuable one from the series, and the Golem Elijah. And this series was really cool too, with the detail, as well as Clive Barker coming back and writing a short story for each of the figures. So that's really cool. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, give this video a like, and comment on this video any questions you have about these figures. And stick around on my channel to see new videos. I think my next video is going to be on the McFarlane Monsters series. So this has been the Clive Barker Tortured Souls and Infernal Parade collection by McFarlane Toys. And speak to you soon. See ya.